Welcome to Ethics Lesson 2, which covers chapters 2 and 3. Chapter 2 is titled Principles and runs from page 6 to page 12. Chapter 3 is titled Applications and Definitions, which runs from page 13 to page 23. So we have about 17, 18 pages of text. We begin with the purpose and principles that underlie the Code of Professional Ethics of the American Institute of CPAs. This code is a list of positive statements that guide the work of the professional accountant. The preamble to these principles calls for an unswerving commitment to honorable behavior, even at the sacrifice of personal advantage. This section goes on to describe multiple instances of how accountants violate this call, and that is not surprising. The typical response is generally selfish. Personal advantage is something we all seek, and very difficult to adhere to a very high standard of conduct as called for in the code. The articles of the Code of Conduct are listed then in the next section. We begin with 6 articles that list the principles that underlie the rules. They are as follows. There's a preamble. Then Article 1 deals with the responsibilities of the auditor. Article 2, public interest. Article 3, integrity. Article 4 deals with objectivity and independence. Article 5, due care. And Article 6, scope and nature of services to be offered. As you can see from the titles, we've already discussed some of these principles in earlier classes. The next 2 pages present 5 multiple choice questions about the principles, together with the answers to each. We will make a careful study of these in class. We'll note each answer. If it's true, why is it true? If it's not true, why is it not the correct answer? We want to understand these thoroughly. We now turn to Chapter 3, which begins with the discussion of applicability and some definitions. Note that the requirements for independence were shifted in 2001 from the firm to the audit team. The rules apply to all members of the AICPA. A number of terms are defined in this section, including the following: the attest engagement, the client, close relative, confidential client information, counsel, covered member, financial institution, financial statements, firm, holding out, immediate family, individual in a position to influence the attest engagement, institute, interpretation of the rules of conduct, joint closely held investment, loan, manager, member, member in business, network, network firm, normal lending procedures, terms and requirements, office, partner, period of the professional engagement, practice of public accounting, professional services, significance and influence. It's a rather extensive list. We want to make sure that we're familiar with all of them because they are used throughout the profession and, of course, appear on the test in multiple instances. Page 19 covers some questions and answers from the professional staff of the AICPA. We'll take a close look at those. And pages 20 to 23 cover a number of multiple choice items similar to the ones found on the CPA exam. And once again, we will put some time in looking at these questions. So you want to take a quick look at them in advance, but know we'll cover them in class. Looking forward. See you then.